So this is the explanation of the Visual Studio. And okay, first of all, we will interact with the SQL Server also. For example, we'll interact with the Visual Studio also here. Okay, for example, let me open fixed assets. Sorry, expense management. Now I'm in FRRT company. Okay, remember, I'm in FRRT company. I have opened expense management module. Expense management module. Here we have a there is a travel locations. I just have opened a travel locations form. Okay, in FRRT company, I'm creating one travel location here. For example, travel location India, and it is Hyderabad. Okay, description Hyderabad. I have saved this record. This record saved for FRRT company. Okay, let me change the company, that company. Okay, in that company we have a Delhi. Remember, for example, USMF. In USMF we have two companies. I just want to see all this information in Visual Studio and in SQL Server itself. First of all, how to find out this technical information about this particular form. When you right click on the form here, you can see the form name. What is the form name? TRV destinations. The form name is TRV destinations. Okay, let's go to the Visual Studio. Go to the user interface, forms, just search TRV destinations. Okay, we got our form. Okay, here when you expand the form, when you expand the data sources, you can see the table name inside the data source. When you open the properties, of this form or any data source, you can see the table name here. This is your table name. I mean, to develop this form, we have used this table. The table name is also same. If you understand, if you observe something here, the table name is TRV destinations. Am I right? Okay, the table name is TRV destinations. Okay, let's go with the table. The tables are available in the data model itself. Data model, tables, table name is TRV destinations, right? TRV destinations. Now I just want to open my table. If you expand in table, actually how many fields are there here? Only two fields, right? Location and description. Okay, let me show you. See here, two fields, and I just want to open in the user interface itself. Right click on the table. You just need to use this option, open table browser. I'm opening this table in browser itself. Okay, click on here. Automatically this will be open in the browser itself. See here, now we are in that company. See, application by default, it will be available in the DAT company. All the things will be available in the DAT company, so that in that company the Delhi record is there. DAT company. See here. Okay, so that, see here, in data area you can see that these are business fields, like a description and a destinations are the business field. Like these four fields are system fields. For every table, n plus 4 fields will be there. N means business fields. 4 means like a system fields. In data area ID, company name will store, and in record ID, every record has their own unique number will be stored. Okay, record version and partitions are the system internal fields. No need to bother about these two fields information. Only we need to bother about the data area ID and the record ID. Okay, for every table you will find these 4 columns apart from your business fields. Now I want to see all the records. Like I want to see the dad company records, I want to see the FRRT company records, I want to see all the company's records. So where I need to see? How? You just need to go to the SQL server. Okay, now on desktop you will find SQL server management studio 17 shortcut icon is there. Right click, run as administrator. Okay, here first you need to connect with the database, and when you expand the databases, here there is a database called AXDB. Okay, expand tables, when you come down to the there is a table starting with the DBO. What is our table name? What is the table name here? TRV destinations, right? TRV destinations. See here, TRV destinations. Right click. Okay, I want to see the information, right? So you just need to open edit it up to 100 rows. Now you can see all the information. See here, this record is available in BRMF company, Delhi record in DAD company. This record we have created recently, Hyderabad record. I mean destination India and description Hyderabad. Okay, in FRRT company we have created. See here, location India and description Hyderabad. You can see here, and this main office in USMF company, and in USSI company there are almost 1 2 3 4 5 records are there. USSI, just let me open that USSI. This one last, see here, 5 records, but there is no description here. Okay, so that now you need to understand how the database architecture will be there in our ERP product. The core data will store in SQL server itself. When we are opening this form, system automatically send a request to the database. I need USSI company information, so that the system will fetch only USSI company information and it will store it. It will show in the form itself. When I select that company, for example, so system will send a request to the SQL server table. I need DAD records. So only DAD records will search and it will bring to the user interface. So this is all about database architecture. And one more thing, you should not create a record here. You should not edit the record. You should not delete the record. That is, we should not do anything in the Visual Studio. I mean, in the SQL Server tables, because the record versions and other things will be changed. See, everything should comes with the our product itself. For example, if you want to create a record, you have a facility, right? You have a chance. You have a facility to create a record from the user interface. Why we need to go for a SQL Server table, and why we need to create a record? If you create a record here, for which company you will point out here, how you will decide the record ID, how you will decide the partition ID here. So these 4 fields you cannot decide, right? Of course, you can create if you want a description and a destination, that is okay. But how you decided the data area ID, how you will decide the record version, partition and record ID, how you will decide. So that is the reason we should not edit the record. We should not create the record. We should not delete the record. We should not do anything on the table itself. Anything on the SQL Server table. Okay. And only tables will be available with respect to our product will store in in SQL Server itself. All the forms and reports, etc., will be available in our Visual Studio only. And one more thing, to create a table, uh, here only we will create in Visual Studio. No need to go for SQL Server. SQL Server is just one invisible software. That's it. Whatever the tables we are creating directly, the same table will also create in SQL Server itself immediately. No need to write a code and all for creating tables. Okay, guys. If you want to know, just let me know. Anything